Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you don't know, my name is Katia Baker. I'm the CEO and founder of the House of Postiche. Some of you have been following me for a very long time, and some of you have been requesting me to teach for years and years and years. And I finally have opened that door to educating and coaching specifically. And the reason being, it took me a little bit to really figure out how I wanted to really teach you guys. And I also had a lot of different methods that I was playing with in the meantime that I just didn't feel confident in teaching the world yet. So after time and after practice and curating a system that really works for me, that really fits my clients' needs and all that, I felt very confident to share this with the world. And I'm also in a position where I don't really have a choice. If I want to grow my brand to where I feel it's destined to be, I cannot be a one-man show and I cannot be the only one that knows how to make wigs like I do, because how am I going to be able to make more wigs if it's just me? So with this coaching program, I'm hoping that I can inspire you guys to, look at wigs as, more than just like a side hustle or just like a hobby. And you'd look at it more as like an actual career, a very, a career that can create different revenues of income, honestly. Hey, T just came in the room, you guys. I have Stylish Boss Academy in here. She's gonna be our guest speaker, so stay tuned. So, all right. I originally started making wigs about 8 years ago. I made wigs on a regular sewing machine that you could purchase at Walmart. I was using the dome caps and I was using a few different other caps, really trying it. This is when I was literally selling one wig a year. My work was just not good. It wasn't, quality. I was learning on my own. So it was really hard to find a coach, to find a mentor, or even to find a hairstylist that could really help me. So a lot of what I know now and what I've created is literally just from the top of my head, from trial and error. And after about 8 years, I found myself in a position where I'm actually the wig maker for a up and coming nonprofit organization called the Fornina Foundation, where I travel to different hospitals in Central Florida, and I make wigs for kids, and those wigs are covered by the foundation. So these kids can ask for pink hair, blue hair, purple hair, whatever they want. My team and I create that, and then I build it in my 6x12 mobile trailer in front of the hospital. And these kids are no longer waiting 6 to 7 months to get a wig or even to go through insurance. They get it within 45 minutes. And I have myself and my assistant that I trained through the Aveda Institute. After she graduated, she came aboard and we actually worked together. Her name is Ashley. She's absolutely amazing. And that's where I'm at now. But in between that, it's been a lot of trial and error, you guys. COVID was a unique stage for me. And that's actually where I left Colorado in 2019 and moved back to my hometown, Orlando, Florida, where I am now. So there was a lot of pivoting that I've had to do. And when I say a lot of you have, seen me from different stages of my career, you've seen me from when I was doing hair in my in-law suites, doing a few clients a day to 6 clients a day in my salon suite, and then going from there to moving to my first public location in downtown Orlando. And I will say that was a major leap of faith. It was a major jump, because how can I have had started a clientele from zero to over 300 in Colorado, where I have no family, no friends, nobody out there. And I was still able to get a clientele that kept me making thousands in a week and thousands sometimes in a day. With that, I was able to save up, pay off a lot of my debt, pay off my school tuition from cosmetology. And I was working from home. So at the time, I only had 2 babies. And I have, of course, a very supportive husband. And, I will say it definitely helps to have support from, someone else. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, even if I was not married right now, even if I did not have kids, this is how I would do it. And this is how I feel others can do it as well. So I have a system, I have connections, I have the resources for you guys, and I'm ready to share that with all of you. This is how I make wigs now. I actually didn't pop in a picture of how I made wigs before, but it was very awful. It was horrible. So it was, I was doing them by hand at one point, and then I was doing them by machine, and so on and so on. But this is how I've been making my wigs for the past years consistently. And I have had great consistent feedback from my customers, my clients. I create a very safe place for them. So they're able to be honest with me and say, Katia, this is just not it. Oh, Katia, this feels weird around my ear. Like this, it's great to sell wigs online, don't get me wrong, but there is a big portion of that customer experience we're missing because we are so busy making the product and styling the product and then trying to market the product that we don't really know if our customers are happy with our product. And when you are up and coming, for sure, you have to definitely have thick skin and have that open heart to just accept criticism. And I sell pretty expensive hair. I hear no a lot, just being completely honest. I hear no a lot, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that I'm bad at what I do. It just means I'm talking to the wrong person. So my goal here is I do a lot of wig servicing in my studio. Clients that send me their wigs and they want me to service them. Now, most of the time they want me to just wash it, style it. But lately, it's been a lot of me fixing other people's work. And I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day where we had that whole fiasco of just like stylists and clients going off on each other on social media and oh, this is how my wig came out and this is how my wig came out and blah, blah, blah. If I was in that much money on a product and this is what I got and I was very unhappy about it, I would be upset too. But at the same time, how can we stop making this a problem? There's obviously somebody in this industry that is influencing the way that we make wigs. And it's not like a finger pointing game, don't get me wrong, because when you have the power of Instagram, social media in general, things go viral without people really meaning for it to go viral, like it just happens. So what is it that, well, it's the influence that we have in the influence we have in this industry, because it's not only that we are making wigs this way, it's China is making wigs this way. China used to make wigs the way I make wigs, literally stitched just like this. But now, because they see you guys are buying these dome caps, because they see you guys are doubling this and doing that, and they don't even care if it's actually ethical, if it actually works. They just see you doing it and they want to take the food off your plate. You know what? You don't have to do that. Let me do it for you. I could use the same caps that you are using and my team will make it for you. That's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should be a one-man show at all, honestly. But I think some things just have to be tested a little bit longer. There's so many different types of wigs out there. And none of them are really useful, and where are they going? They're just ending up back into our landfills. And honestly, these manufacturer companies in China don't care about how our world is, how it's looking on our side, how, this is affecting our economy, because they're making money off of us. So that bothered me. And this is why I feel like I, am ready to express this and to share all of my knowledge that I've been really cooped up with myself for the past 8 years, to make a big change in this industry and to have a lot of this, of course, we hear that this industry is $1 billion industry. That's great. But I don't really know a lot of millionaires that are wig makers. Do you? No, I don't know a lot of wig makers that are making millions right now, but that is a growing revenue apparently, and a lot of other people are making money at it. So what is missing? I want you to be confident in the wigs that you're making. I want you to feel as if you don't have to depend on other manufacturers to create your products. Even with fashion, with clothes, you can't really design clothes unless you're making it. So I want you guys to have that power of creating your own product. Then you have complete control on how you're creating your product, but then also how you're impacting our community. You know what I mean? The goal is to create a sustainable product, something that can either grow with you or that can be minimal to where it's not affecting our ecosystem. You know what I mean? A lot of these wig combs and elastic bands and, or even just the wig caps alone that people don't end up liking and just tossing out. And then the hair alone, the bad quality hair that's mixed with synthetics, that's mixed with chemicals, that after couple washes, you have to, oops, sorry, let it back in. After a couple washes, you have to either throw it out because it's matting and tangling like a ball. Like, where is that going? You know what I mean? And if you want to create a wig empire that you can pass on to your children, to your children's children, however generational wealth, you're going to need to think of ways to leave behind more than just, I would just say, I don't even know how to say it, but I do know how to say it, but I don't want to be mean about it. But we want to make sure that we can actually leave our children with something, besides money. I want my kids to, know that mommy is selling a product that helps our environment. I want that confidence behind it. I don't want my kids, having to deal with the precautions of, my products in the landfills and, killing animals because, it's in the ocean. Like, I don't want to create those type of products. So yes, I do sell luxury products. Yes, my products are high end and are more money. But this is why. What you're selling, how you want to sell it, your purpose and your mission. If your mission and your purpose is just to make more money, this is not for you. And I'll be very honest, this is not for you if you just want to make more money, because money is not enough motivation. Money isn't enough of a purpose to really do and work the way that I'm expressing successfully for a long term. You will make a lot of money for a very little amount of time, and it will be difficult to basically build yourself up to where you should be when you keep settling. First thing I want you guys to do, next slide, sorry, here's a warning, next slide. So I want to share you guys our SWOT method. I'm sure you guys heard of this before. This is something that's used in business a lot. It's our strengths. What are you strong? Like, what's your strengths in what you're doing right now? If you're making wigs or you're styling wigs or you're coloring wigs, what is your dominant strength? Or, a few of them. What is your weakness? And then as for opportunity, what are you missing out on, right? And then your threat is what is threatening your business right now from growing. I have a few minutes. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, okay? My strength is my customer service. My strength is my craftsmanship. My strength is, I would say, just my, it's so weird answering these questions, because like I'm not used to talking about myself, but this is also stuff I need to think about because it's not really myself, it's my business. So my business strength is our craftsmanship, our customer service, our resources, our education, I would say our relationship building and our networking skills. It's a strength. My weaknesses, I would say is, in my opinion, it would be at times delegation. I battle with perfectionism at times. So I want everything to be super, super perfect before it goes this way or goes that way. And I'm learning myself to just sit back and allow the person to do what I hired them to do. And if something isn't right or something I don't like, I can, of course, be an adult and express that to them in a respectful way. That's something I'm working on now, instead of just completely saying, oh, no, it's fine, I got it. Oh, no, it's fine, I got it. I'll figure it out. Meantime, I got one baby here, cooking dinner, and I got it, right? So that's my weakness at times. I feel like that's also a common thing. Now, opportunity. What I'm missing out on, I will be very honest, I am probably missing out on, honestly, having a brick and mortar. Many of you know I've had a brick and mortar before, but unfortunately, I think I bit that bite too early and got into that a little too early. So opportunity in the future would be opening up another brick and mortar where it's just a retail shop, and I have my team, we have a great stock, we have a solid mission, and so on. And then another opportunity, another thing that I'm missing out on is really just expansion. With this nonprofit that I'm working with, they are wanting me to travel around the world to different hospitals, and I'm only one person. So I have to figure out how I can get this brand off the ground to where we are able to be in different states and different cities, and it's not just me. So that's what I'm missing out on, but we're also still in the process of creating that. So they're still in the early stages, just like me with my rebrand. So we're growing together, thankfully, but if it was the other way around, I might have not been enough for them, honestly. So that's an opportunity there. A threat right now is affecting my business overall, I would say, is hiring. And this is why we're here. Hiring is a huge threat here. And that's because when I hire someone, even with my knowledge and my expertise, they still need more hands-on, in-depth training outside of like, hey, oh, I have this order, this is what we have to do, and they're trying to figure out and learn with me as I go, which causes more error in the long run, unfortunately. So a big part of me opening up this program and doing this webinar is because I would hope that I can hire some of you and work with some of you in the future, and I will be able to, really expand my brand and create a collaboration, or whether that's a contracting job with me, or that's a full employment job with me when I opened up my brick and mortar or my cosmetology school and wigology program. Like I want to have all of my ducks in a row. So there are some threats, there's some opportunities that I'm missing out on, there's some weaknesses that I have, but I also have my strengths. So now I think she's in here now, but I had one of my followers who was also a Postiche subscriber on Instagram. I had reached out, and I actually didn't reach out. I made a post and I said, hey, I'm looking for one person that I could coach for the next 2 to 3 hours, like just for free. She was the first one to hit me up, and I use this as a great opportunity to show you guys exactly what you're getting with just 3 hours with me, let alone 7 weeks. So this is her work before. And honestly, I'll be very honest, this is not bad, actually. You can tell that she's just using a different type of cap that doesn't really align with our head form anyways. Like this is something that's made for more of like a dome cap for waves. And funny thing is, before those became wig making caps, they were just dome caps. I remember going to the beauty supply store and purchasing them as that. But then once they started seeing my videos and other people's videos of us using it and making wigs out of it, they actually remarketed it to wig making caps. Crazy, right? So a lot of people think that the caps they're using are supposed to be made for that, but no, it's just they changed the marketing because they saw what you guys were using it for. And other than that, her stitches are still pretty straight, and you can see just, it looks a little bit bigger and that there's no form in it. Now, after 3 hours with me, this is just chef's kiss. Now, this is her work after 3 hours with me. You can see the closure. We don't have any exposed wefts. We don't have any, it's clean cut. It's clean stitch. Her stitches are very straight. And also the way that we constructed this wig, there's a technique that I use for the nape that prevents the wig from sliding up. So have you ever put your wig on and you notice that throughout the day it's sliding up against your head? There's like no grip. Well, that's because there is a specific technique you use when you sew the cap at the nape area that I don't think anyone knows about. But I shared that with her, and this is how her wig came out. It looks literally manufactured. It looks professionally made. And I was so impressed with her and with her work ethic as well, because this was the first time she's used this machine, I believe, after a year. She just had her sewing machine, her industrial sewing machine, sitting there for a year, and she decided to put it to use when she saw the opportunity there, and we used it for the first time together. And I was just so impressed because she didn't give up. Any issues she had, she figured it out. She didn't quit. She didn't give up. She didn't get frustrated. And also she is a mom of, I can't remember how many children she has, and I'm not going to try to guess. I know I have 3, and that's a lot, but I think she probably has about 3 children as well, or more. So I don't want to guess on that, but she is a mom. Look how it transformed her, like just a few hours. So once I did this free coaching course with her one-on-one, I was like, yeah, no more sleeping. Yeah, I can't hold back. People need to know how to use these methods, how to make these wigs. This is life-changing. She can now at some point increase her prices with confidence. It's not just, oh, my hair vendor went up more, so now I have to go up more. No, it's because I'm making you quality quality wigs that you can't find on Amazon, that you can't find on AliExpress. It's curated by me, and I have complete control in the results. So yeah, why not share that with the world, right? So next, I want to introduce you guys to T. She is from She is the owner and the CEO and founder of Stylish Boss Academy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hi, gorgeous.
Hi. Oh, child. Okay. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Hi,
Me too.
everyone. It's okay. It's all right. We are here and we are doing it. You are doing amazing. First, I just want to say thank you so much for just giving me a little bit of time to come on here and speak to your audience. I'm super excited. I've just been hearing all of the things that you've been sharing. And girl, I'm so glad you are finally deciding to wake up because the world needs to know about you, your success, and all the things that you are doing. And I support you 100%. So it was nothing for me to say, girl, I will be right there.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome. So now, some of you may know me, some of you may not. Again, my name is T. I am the owner and CEO of Stylish Boss Academy, which is a wig business resource and school. I am a wig business coach, and I've been in this industry for over 10 years now. Love it. Like she said, I'm a mom, wife, all of the things. So with all of that going on, still being able to run our business like we are doing it. So kudos to all of us out here. But I just wanted to take a few moments to just talk a little bit about just marketing, sales, and just in general when it comes to your wig business and running it, operating it, being a specialist and, investing, doing all of the things that, you are presenting to them. You guys will be in great hands. But when I think about the wig industry or having a successful wig business, the first thing is the industry is constantly evolving. There is always, evolution. There's always things changing, things, new things happening. If you hear my kids and my husband, I'm so sorry about that. But there's always something new that's going on, and I think it's really important as new businesses or existing businesses coming in to just be alert and be aware of the things that are going on, so that you can keep up, to continuously be able to grow and scale your business. So I thought long and hard about what I was going to say in the amount of time I got. So I'm gonna try not to make this too long. So there's
Take your time.
actually okay.
Take your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there's actually, and I have my notes here. So in order to have a successful web business, I feel like there are two components to really understand. And I think a lot of people miss these, but I think it's important for me to just bring up in case you are like pondering, is this for me, interested in diving into it or any other things. So the two components to really understand when it comes to the overall of a successful wig business, we see people out here being successful, we see people out here doing the thing, but to know what it takes is really important. So the two components that I would say to really mesh together and make the success of your business is going to be the skill set as well as the business operations. You need both. There's no one without the other. And with the skills, that's more so, of course, you guys know, the techniques that she's teaching and training you guys about with the industrial machine. Let me tell you, I'm all for it. And that is really what you should do, should be doing, should be learning, bringing that value to your customers. So those techniques, those skills, all of that is very, very important. So having the skills is only one component though. But aside from that, you also need the business operations, which is actually the running. How do you keep your business running and operating? And with that could include an umbrella of things such as, your email, your fulfillment, your inventory, your customer retention, your customer service, delegation, marketing, which is the big one, sales strategy, all of those things are things that keep it running. So just imagine, you have your skills, I'm good at making wigs. I can style them. They look nice. I have the best hair. But if you don't know how to run and operate that business, you're going to eventually fall. Or you may be able to, I know how to run it. I know about marketing. I know about sales. But if you don't have the skill component, if you don't have the, the techniques down packed, then these people aren't going to come back for you to be able to run and operate if you don't have those skills. So you really, really need both in order for your business to succeed. And with that, it requires a lot of ongoing support, ongoing learning, a lot of new trainings, a lot of investment. And when I say investment, not just investment in your money, spending your money, but time investment, because it takes time. This is not something that happens overnight. It can take years, and like I always tell a lot of my students, like, who said once you get started that there's a time frame, that there's an end date? There isn't. You go at your pace, at your flow, and you just work towards mastering your skills and working through growing and building your operations to get better. And with those two, you really you really can soar in the industry. Now, within those two, under the umbrella, I do want to highlight, I said email marketing, inventory, all those things. I do want to highlight on marketing and kind of sales. In a sense, I feel like a lot of people think that, or the initial thought is, I want to get into, I want to have a business. So I need to, make these wigs, and I need to be able to just post these wigs and put them out there on, on Instagram or whatever social media platform. And that's it. And they're going to grow. And a lot of times it don't happen just like that. Like, it's a whole lot more than that. And for some people, even the term marketing or sales strategy, that's scary. It's like, wait, whoa, I don't know, but I'm not sure about that. I just know I need to post because I see everybody else post. But just in simple terms, I would just say the marketing aspect of it is just how you're promoting and selling your products or your services. Really knowing and understanding that your sales strategy is your plan. And you think of a strategy as your plan. So with those two together, how am I going to promote and advertise and put myself out there in front of the right audience, in front of my target audience, the ideal customers that I'm looking to attract? How am I going to do that? And what does my plan look like? Like, how can I set that up? So with your marketing strategy, I would say, or just some things that I would consider, since this ain't no full on, I ain't gonna take 2 hours, but some things that I would consider is creating that value. So how can you, to your audience, how can you show up and how can you let them know the value? Katia did a great job of explaining to us, how she differentiate herself and her brand, her business, amongst all the others out there, with providing that value as to why her bigs are the price point they are, why they are worth investing in over others. So that's extremely important, understanding what that value is. What is it that you're bringing that customers will be able to see and understand and be willing to, invest in? Building that relationship. The relationship with your customers is another really great key component in your marketing aspect as well. It's one thing, just to be honest, people know when you're just trying to sell it to them or just push it to them. It's really important to know your customers, build a relationship with them. And that won't just come from, I'm just going to post on social media. I'm just going to post on Instagram today, or, do my reels every other day, or however you do them. And the customers are going to, be really into it and ready to attract. Sometimes that's going to require more effort, into email marketing, into, some customer outreach, into some loyalty programs, into some personal, strategies or methods as well. So relationship building is also very important. And then just communicating effectively to attract and retain the customers. Attracting your customers is one thing. You get them, whether it's through virality, which, that's not shouldn't be the goal, but you get them through your post initially. How are you going to retain them? If they're interested, how are you going to continue to wheel them in and really get them attracted? And that's where a lot of that, what people don't see is that's where a lot of that email marketing, those retargeting, features and things that you can work on and do, those loyalty programs and rewards and things that you can put in place to build that relationship, to create that value, and to also communicate with your customers, because we're not just relying on one platform nowadays, for sure. So those are some of the things that I just wanted to put out there for you to start getting your wheels turning. And then also I would just say that with your sales strategy, with that plan, with you coming up with what it would look like for me to get in front of my audience. Some examples that I just put down in my note, ways in which you can attract your customers. Of course, that's the main one that most people think is, oh, it's the sales and the discounts, the promotions and discounts. Well, that's good. That's great. That is a strategy. That is a way to wheel them in, but it doesn't work all the time. It's not just, that's not the only way. You have the referral programs, collaborating with others, which is a really, really big one that I think a lot of people sleep on. But when you're able to collaborate with other businesses in the industry, just like she spoke on, she collaborate and network with others locally and globally. It's like, that's what you should be doing. That's what that helps you to grow your business as well, and to be able to cross promote those audiences as well. Giveaways, loyalty points, if you did some sort of VIP program, those are all other great ways in which you can really promote and push your things out there beyond just posting, beyond just, okay, I'm going to post this and hope that it does well. It's going to take more than just that one post. And this is an ongoing thing. And, lastly, I just want to say, this is an overnight success. Like she said, if you are looking to just get some quick money, this is definitely not the industry. This is definitely not going to work. There are ups and downs, with entrepreneurship in general, but especially with the wig industry within itself, it's a lot, and it takes a lot. It's a lot of dedication, a lot of time, a lot of tears, a lot of, happy times too, but it's just a lot. And as long as you're committed and you're dedicated to, to your journey, to that purpose and that vision that you initially have set up, then you'll soar, you'll go far. And as long as you also keep in mind the skills, knowing and understanding the skills is only one component. I also need to understand the business operations as well. And with that, I know one last thing, because I did catch that, you were talking a little bit about vendors, and how now they're right on us. They're seeing what we're doing. They're right behind us with this marketing. They're putting things out there. They're, basically trying to replicate, take over what we're doing. But one thing you don't have to ever worry about is that, you are unique, you provide value that the vendors never will. We're always a step ahead. But with that, just understanding or knowing, like I said, the evolution with the techniques, I think that this is great. This is really great that you are pushing the industrial machine and the wig making techniques part of this, because it's a norm over here. Everybody's doing it one way, this way, and think this is the only way, but it's not the only way. And even for me, I have wig classes and I teach it the opposite way, but I know that the way in which and I have an industrial machine too, but
yes, you do.
I know that the way that, with the industrial machine, I know that the quality and the value and what that actually, the difference that it makes for your customers, if you really do take the time to invest and to learn these techniques. It's the future. I really do feel like it is. It's just a matter of, whether you're going to catch this wave, because, she's really ahead of the game. And I'm like, yeah, I see where you're going, and I absolutely love it. And I appreciate that. So that's kind of what I had, unless you guys had any questions for me. But
girl, thank you so much. Now, first of all, I just want to let y'all know how much of a hot mess I am. And I'll be honest, I was so nervous to ask, because I'm like, in our community, I don't really see much wig makers collaborating. Can I be real? Like, I don't ever see us collaborate like this. Like, these people are making so much money off of us, and we are so individualized, and we are working so much harder than we need to work, y'all. And I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm just like super happy right now. And I'm just so grateful to have you because I just feel like I have my village, I have my tribe here. And like I'm speaking to my people and I'm actually making an impact. And this is literally what I've been put on this earth to do. And even though I'm not a surgeon, you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not saving lives, but I'm changing them. So thank you, T, for coming here and just giving us that light and all that information we need to know. And honestly, I took it was the wig makers content challenge, right?
Yep, yep.
I did not know how much I sucked at being consistent and marketing until I took her course. I was like, Lord Jesus, what have I been doing? So the reason why I wanted T to be on here as well is because I am coaching you on the craftsmanship. I'm coaching you a little bit as well on personal development and customer service because those are my strengths. But I will be completely honest, my weakness as well is marketing, advertising, and really putting that content out there. So, you know, a change would be, of course, just recently I've hired a really good friend of mine. She's an outstanding content manager and project manager. Her name is Evelyn. She's here with me today, and I'll be sure to send you guys her information as well. So a part of me getting to this point is really because of Evelyn. You know, so I'm very transparent. I will let you guys know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, and I'm still learning to really market and show up on social media with my products. You know, I'm used to really doing it more in person. That's just easier for me, but I can't stick to one way. You have to maximize all of your opportunities. So T, thank you so much. I don't know if you want to hang out for a little bit. You're more than welcome to hang out with girls and the guys. But I know you have a busy night. So, and you give the kids hugs and kisses for me. They probably don't know me yet, but don't worry. We gonna have a play date someday.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to this next slide. All right. Now, I won't keep you guys too long. I promise I'll have you out by 7:30-ish. Okay. So what I'm doing now, you guys heard all of my pain points. You hear basically the issues that we're having in this industry and how we can make it better. I've created a solution. So I can't say that I'll be able to do this program every couple of years or this is the best time to catch me right now because I know with this foundation, it's growing very quickly. And I can't promise that I'll be able to even do this again next year or the year after. So the point of this program is to, of course, I'm monetizing as much as I can so that people who can't show up and who can't be here right now or can't, get involved right now, this will be available after the 7 weeks for you guys to purchase later on. However, if you want something nice and fresh, if you want to make that investment right away, you don't want to wait 8-9 weeks until all of that content finally uploads and launches, this is where we're at. You guys will be the first in the room. So with my 7-week wig coaching and mentorship program, my goal is to enhance participants' knowledge and skills in wig making through interactive and informative sessions. So for example, you saw that I had one of my students, we did a before and after. So she, trained with me one-on-one, making her wig, and you saw the transformation. Now, how cool would that be if it wasn't just one person, it was a group, right? That's my plan. So my plan is to actually host live demonstrations when it comes to like wig making, wig styling, customization. And it sounds very kind of like, simple, but there's so much that goes into that I personally feel like I can offer you the most value in person live, right? And you guys can ask questions. We'll send out reminders and all that, right? Now, next, I'm going to be providing live coaching and feedback, which is where I'm, speaking about you guys asking questions and me, making a wig with you. So if you have a industrial sewing machine now, this would be a great opportunity for you guys to actually, take action and be be trained on how to use it. Now, everyone has different machines, but I have about 2 different machines. I've seen a few others, and they basically do the same thing. They just, the buttons are a little bit different. All right, very simple. Now, ooh, no, wasn't done. Next, I want to foster a supportive and collaborative environment where mentees can connect, learn from each other, and build a professional relationship. I personally, this is my opinion. Others might have, different opinions. That's completely fine. But mentorship is more of a relationship based. I don't. Mentorship isn't something I believe I have to charge for. It's a relationship. So I can't mentor one person at the time. I can't mentor the entire world at the same time, or individually, but I can create a community where we can be mentored by me, and then also in a way mentor each other. Any tips and tricks that I come up with, I'm going to send it to, we call it the Vault. And the Vault would be a group chat used through, I believe it's called GroupMe, which I actually used when I attended Stylish Boss Academy, her content creation course. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I love how user-friendly it was. I love the interaction. I love that I could send videos and pictures, and it was amazing. So that's how that's how our mentorship program will be. So you'll have 24/7 access to that for 1 year when joining our 7-week program. So after our 7-week coaching, you would be mentored by me for the next year. So I want to also empower mentees to create high quality wigs that reflect your unique style. If you are the type of wig maker or wig stylist that you just like to make bob wigs, why don't you just stick to bob wigs? Why don't you be that wig maker that just specializes in bobs? Because me personally, I love bobs, but it's a lot of work to create a bob on a wig. You want to make sure that it doesn't look like Dora the Explorer, that it's even. It takes a lot of tedious work, honestly, and me personally, that's not something I release often. So, however, I'll have people ask me, oh, do you have a bob? Do you have this? Do you have a shortcut? Or do you have pixie cut wigs? I don't do that. So that's also something to think about. Tap into source, tap into what you like to create, what you like to wear, and maximize that. That's what makes it fun. So stay informed about the latest trends, techniques, and developments in the wig making industry. So what you guys are seeing on social media, there's way more. Like, social media is usually the last to know, like very, very last to know. HD lace has been on the market since like the 50s. But until recently, stylists started using them for installs and all that. Now you hear HD lace this, HD lace stocking cap, HD lace blah, 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 but it's been around for a while. And also a lot of other techniques have also been on the, in the industry for a while. It's just finally getting recognition. However, there are some things that we did in the 50s that we can't do in 2024 that needs to be changed. So my job is to constantly keep up with those trends to make sure, is this make sense? Like, for example, halo extensions. I don't know if you guys know that I would never invest in halo. Me personally. And that's because I've watched and studied the market. I've tested the hair. I've tested on people. I've seen how much damage, the pros and cons of that product. And that's where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to add that to my line. So that's kind of the stuff I do also in the background. Next. Oops. All right, so we're gonna have, I think this is kind of going back into what I was saying, live coaching, and then of course our mentorship group. We could actually skip this one because I already explained that. All right, so now let's talk about how it works. And if you guys see any typos, please forgive me. I literally just filled in a few things last minute, but let me just explain how it works. So the type of program that I've created is a drip content type of program. So it's not that you buy the program and then you have all the content. No. I've learned that even myself, I've taken courses like that, and I'll be honest, I never finished the program. You can give me all of it. I still haven't finished the Marquetta Breslin program, and that was like 5 years ago. I still have access to the course. I still log in, but it's just the fact that I had all of it at once. Imagine eating all of your favorite foods at once. It's too much. You get sick, or you just lose your appetite, and then you get turned off by it, and you never really finish it, right? So this is why I developed the drip content. So this will be a live and pre-recorded content. So some weeks, some Sundays, we'll release a pre-recorded content. For example, I don't think you guys would want to spend 6 hours with me on live on how to do a balayage on a wig. So we're just gonna pre-record that, and you guys can tap in, and we'll release it, and you guys watch it, and we'll go from there, right? Now, for access to the program, you have 365-day access. And the reason I say 365 days only is because it's my job, it's my priority to constantly develop sustainable techniques in the wig industry. So who knows, by year 2, a year from now, I might be making wigs just a little bit differently than I was in that course, right? But not to say you have to go ahead and reinvest again for this course. What we'll do is, for those students who've already completed the course, we'll offer you a very heavy discount just so you can get exactly what you need to know in that update for our courses. So week 1, we have wig making and customization. There's way more details when it comes into wig making and customization, but I just want you guys to kind of like focus on just the bigger picture in a way. So week 1, wig making, customization. Week 3 and 4, week 1 and 2, and then week 3 and 4, wig coloring. After that, we have week 5 and 6, wig styling and repairing. I want to teach you guys how to style your wigs like a boss, and then also how to repair them. You guys, there is so much money that is just falling on the floor, and with people throwing their wigs away. They think, oh, it's tangled, or oh, this ripped. I just got to throw it away. Let's save that wig from going into the landfill, right? Let's just save our planet a little bit more by offering repair services, even if that means that we're repairing wigs that are not by us, because some people have $1,000 wigs, $2,000 wigs, or even $100 wig that's just very, it's sentimental to them. Like, it's from a special person, and they don't want to just completely toss it. So having that strength on knowing how to repair and fix anything is, I'll be honest, I feel like a superhero. Like, nothing scares me. So I want to go ahead and teach you guys how to repair wigs as well. Now, in week 7, we will have customer service one-on-one. I want to teach you how to handle a complicated customer, how to handle, those uncomfortable conversations with the customer, how to, I don't know. I just feel like there's been so much tension in the past few years with stylists and wig makers and customers or clients, that I feel like this is something that isn't being taught. There's a disconnection in our community, and there needs to be an influence in our industry that can basically influence people to be a little bit nicer, a little bit kinder with their words. People are irritating, don't get me wrong. I've had the craziest type of customers, don't get me wrong, and I don't want to share it because it's pretty intense, but those were times that I had to learn, like, Katia, if you're not ready for this type of issue, like, you're not ready for success. Because if you're going to crumble and fold like a little chair every time somebody says they don't like something or critiques your work, then you should just go clock into a 9 to 5. And I don't want to do that. So I had to really become more humble, and I had to really learn how to put my emotions aside and put my business hat on. Now, also, we will have a course exam. And now our course exam at the end of 7 weeks will be I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be an intense exam that I will be hoping that I can get a lot of, passing grades on, because the people that are passing this exam are people we will be contacting to work with or hire or collaborate with in the future. So I would really love if everyone was able to really study and understand every course that we do together, and then to, God willing, pass that exam, because I would love to work with you in the future, and you having a passing grade is going to tell me that you are more than ready to be, either a part of the House of Postiche or a friend of the House of Postiche, okay? Lastly, we're going to have our testimony. I would love if you guys can share before and after pictures. It will be through the course of your work before, and then your work at 7 weeks. And also, how did I do? Like, give me a grade. Give me, tell me how I did. What is something that I can do to improve it next time if I'm able to do this again in the future? I want that honest feedback, and that's just how I am as a person. I feel like, you don't ever have to hide your, you know, your thoughts or anything like that with me. Like I'm a very I got thick skin. I'm Trinidadian and Haitian. Like if you met my family, you would understand. I can handle it. So that would be week 7. Now, this is our offer. So we have our early bird special for $12.49. This ends September 1st. This is for the 7-week program. Now, we do have payment plans available through Sezzle, PayPal credit, or PayPal buy now, pay later, and Affirm. I know for a fact Affirm will cover up to $2,000 for purchases on my website, even if you are a new person using that, without credit checks as well. So that would be our early bird special that ends September 1st. And then the value price after September 1st will be $15.49. So if you have a industrial sewing machine, this is great. You know, that's great. I don't want to say that, oh, if you have a domestic household, a domestic machine, which is a household sewing machine, I'm not going to tell you that you're going to get the same results. However, I have a really good connection. So if you need somebody, especially if you're local in Orlando, I have a great connection in Miami to get you a machine that is like mine. So I have, the high-end industrial sewing machine. I have a connection in Miami, and what I can do is I'll send you guys his information. I'm not even looking for a cut from this, okay? You contact him, he gives you the information, and then you would order. I think they deliver it by truck. So depending on where you're located, the fees might be a little high. I'll be very honest for delivery, but I personally prefer to purchase my sewing machines in the US compared to Alibaba or AliExpress. And the reason being is because most of the time, I'm going to get it for a lot less. If I try to purchase the same machine on Alibaba, I'm going to have to pay a lot in shipping fees. And also the fee for, like, I don't know, by air or by sea, it's insane. So you end up paying like almost sometimes 3 times more purchasing overseas than you were to purchase, you know, here in the US. So I'm saving you guys that headache. And let's see, what else did I have? Okay. Lastly, just to add in a few more things, and then I'm going to go through everyone's questions really quick. So September 13th is the day that I'm closing these doors. So September 13th will be the last day to purchase this course to get in, and then we'll be closing the course and we will be reopening it probably next year in January or February, where people can actually purchase the full course. I did stretch a little bit of time so you guys had the opportunity to order the machine and get it delivered to your home. The person that I work with on that, he will also assemble the machine for you. You guys have no idea how stressful it is putting those damn things together. And he will put it together all for you, and he will deliver it by truck. So for just an extra cost, but I'll put you in contact with them. It is beneficial if you have the machine. If not, it's completely fine. Like I said, you guys have 1 year. If you get it now or if you get it after the program's finished, you'll still have 365-day access, so you can get it later. All right. Yeah, you can get almost similar quality, but yeah, the industrial sewing machine is a lot easier, and the reason is because with a flat head, you can create ripples, you can shrink the cap. Our heads aren't flat, our heads are round. So when you have that bellhop, which is that metal ball on top of the high head machine, it gives you that shape to create the wig in the shape of the head versus flat on a flat surface. Perfect. Okay, perfect. And then, so you're located in Miami, another one in Miami? Very good. So that means your delivery fee is going to be very cost effective. What about resale of the course? Yes. If you can't join now, you can join in January or February when we launch the course. So if you can't do it now, that's completely fine. Am I able to watch the course later time if I'm not available to be on the live course? Yes. So every course that we create will be recorded, and it will be placed in our course. So you're going to log in on my website, you're going to log into your student site, and you're going to see our course in that program. So you'll be able to watch everything if you're at work or so on and so on. What is your sewing machine brand? My sewing machine brand, I have one called Doit. They're from overseas. They're pretty good, but the one I have now is called a Fusion. But there's so many different types. These companies are really just throwing their name on it, but they're all kind of the same. So just get a high head sewing machine if you can. How does it work for those for those internationally? I live in the UK. Okay, so this is a great question. So most of our courses will be released at not most, all of their courses will be released at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are not able to, of course, meet my Eastern Standard Time and, your time, those courses will still be accessible after. So if you're not able to see it, don't worry. It'll be on there for you to log in when you're ready and watch the course. Will you teach STEM to create to create a collection and organization? Oh, okay, I see. Will you teach a system to create a collection organization? Absolutely, yeah. If you are interested, if there's any other things you would like us to add in, or we most definitely can do that, especially with our mentorship. So when it comes to extra things like, collections or how to list a product, how to market it, that's going to happen more in our mentorship group. So that'll be in our mentorship chat, which would be called the Vault. You're very welcome. Did I answer? Let's see if I'm missing anyone else. All right. Does anyone else have any questions for us? Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me see if I have any other questions. That's great because the price of cosmetology school is, girl, yes. So with wig coloring, I'm gonna teach you how to formulate. I'm gonna break down color, and also you do not have to be licensed to get professional color. Before, when I was in Colorado, I actually used to purchase in bulk on eBay. And I would purchase my professional color on eBay, that salons that were closing down. But you don't have to just do that on eBay now. You can do that on Facebook Market. You can do that on freebies. Like they're literally selling products, at a super low cost. So recently I spent about, I would say probably like maybe $700 on maybe, ooh, was it 700? I filled up my entire cabinet with color. It had to be at least 100 tubes of color that lasted me for, I think that was like a year ago. No, perfect. I felt like I came out of school not knowing, but just yes, that happens a lot. I know I might have some people watching me that were, my students. So I'm just being honest, y'all. I love that y'all went to cosmetology school. I support it, but this is also a major reason why I'll be opening my own cosmetology and wig manufacturing school, because there is so much that is being missed out on, that's not being tapped into. It's kind of like the educational system, and just being honest, like they want you to know the bare minimum just to get by. They don't really want you to be, they want you to work for them. You know what I mean? So if you're more knowledgeable and you have a lot of that education and that, that confidence, you aren't going to be working with them for long. You don't want to, you're going to branch off and become your own identity. They don't want that. So all right, my husband is a barber, so I make him go get smart, get professional products. Smart. All right, let's go. Congratulations on your new venture. It was about time. Thanks. All right, you guys. Well, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, T, for coming on here last minute, girl. I appreciate you so, so much. My laptop is on 2%, and I do not want to end the call, flatlining like that. So I hope to see you guys in our program. And for those who are not able to make it now, just, stay tuned. I will have this purchasable next year. And then would you be able to only hire people who have been to school? No. As long as you've taken my program and passed my exam, I'm an amazing leader. I'll be very honest. I can, as long as you're open to being led, I can guide you and teach you, and you're here. All right. Well, I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Bye.